Hello, everyone. This is Chelsea from the Story After MLM Control. In this context, I am going to share everything that I would love to share right now. Um, I remember the time that I um, communicated with several church members since Saturday and other Saturday, and then last Saturday. So, I took some opinions from them, uh, which is understandable, which are understandable. I mean, there was uh, a time that I had the sermon that is completely relevant to the issue. At the middle of the sermon, I was like crying from the inside out. I kept on crying because there was guilt that I was under greed and ambition, not only for myself but also for my family. Uh, and then after the sermon, I remember that I talked to the um, one of the elders and told me that um, MLM has the structure wherein they have to put prices in order to give the commissions to those who comply with the regulations of the companies. And then it's like win or lose. Not all people cannot be entrepreneurs or distributors. If I um if I think it right, 2 days ago, that was Saturday. Uh, it was Saturday afternoon actually. I talked to one of the churchmates who was a financial advisor. I told him everything that I had inside regarding how I joined, how I lost money, or how I got involved with it. And then he said that I should have not been joined to that because uh, and then be- because many people are are losing money to that. And moreover, I told him that the last resort of every Filipino is going to an MLM. And then he corrected me by saying, money is the last resort. It is either to use it for applying for a job, to keep it on your hand, or to do something else with your money. And then he kept on giving me an advice. Um, And then there was a time that I was like giving out my points of view that it should be like this, it should be like this, uh it should be like I have to report this to the politicians or to the senators or to anyone else. And then he said that you cannot uh you cannot have your money back because you already have the products unless you were under the Ponzi scheme, which is possible uh, to make your money return to you. And even though uh, the point that was stuck into my head was that before you should join the MLM, you should know who are the victims are, who lost their money, or who uh, who were misguided by the system, so that I won't become of them, and then possibly I could fight back with them. But it happens to be like um, um, you let you let yourself to be under the victimization of the MLM. You are in the bait of it. So it is not the money that the victims mostly are chasing. It is the moral etiquette of the structure that demoralizes the business world, the the economic structure, and the um, relationships between families and friends. So the main demand of every victim is to give justice, even though those victims, including me, were being misguided. It wasn't our fault to be in that way. It No matter how each and every one of us struggles hard to sell up those junky things or overpriced products, it doesn't work. First, the market is saturated. Second, the business structure does not match with most abilities of people. And lastly, it puts a danger to relationships within family and friends, and including oneself. So I am speaking out to this platform because I want to express out how I felt, or to make a change, even by little. I know that it will be a difficult task to educate people or to make them aware that multi-level marketing is praying for the vulnerable and those who are financially advantage. So it is a pain in the neck that the people would say, um, you didn't do your job. You didn't recruit others. You didn't work hard for it. It's easy for them to say that because they are first in the line. They are they are friggin' first in the line of the pyramid. They joined for about the first years um of the company, and then they just grew up way more, while the rest of the people from the bottom are losing their money. So where is the justice when it comes to victimization from these fraudulent businesses? Where is the justice when people cannot be heard, or cannot be seen, or cannot be noticed by anyone, especially the people on the top and the people with power? Where is justice when people seem to leave the issues behind and going on with their lives, not learning from the trauma, from the financial dilemma? So, and then there's another friend of mine in the church that we were talking about uh, the things that there must be an attorney or anyone anyone in power who can help the victims out or anything. In politics, there are um, big names with strong connections with MLMs. We know who they are, but they are they are denying the fact that they are involved with it. So, as a matter of fact, uh, they lure the people to be under that kind of scheme wherein they have to battle between moral and wealth, between sacrifice and financial stability, between family and business, and especially between um, moral upbringing and economic stability of the country. I know that multi-level marketing is a huge industry with lobbyists and with powerful people in power and in governance. So, but if we fight back against it, there will be a change. There will be a moral change and a social change that will normalize every single individual especially the victims of it. We ought to say that we are victims of it. We are victims of it. But the people are judging us as a uh, group of greedy people that turned out to lose the game. But in reality, we are being misguided. We are being misled by this industry. Seventh-day Adventist is not exempted to the rule when it comes to being decepted, but for being misguided by this. I am one of them. I am a proof to it. I am. I just wanted to lose weight at the time. I just I just want to feel good and then to be financially stable for the sake of my family, my friends, etc., etc., especially for myself and for my future. But it turns out to be it doesn't happen. Yes, it doesn't happen because people in my community particularly people are very frugal and practical when it comes to money matters. I had the regret of joining to an MLM. Yes, but it doesn't mean that hmm, I had to give up on uh, on the current advocacy that I am having with. In reality, I had on and off depression because of that. I lost a lot. I lost friends, family stress, and some money. You don't know how you feel or anybody feels about the feeling of being um mistreated by the system. Well, it hurts here. It hurts here. I am not ranting to anyone here. I am just expressing out myself, like looking at the mirror, like talking to myself, and sharing you out everything that I would love to express out. Let's face the reality from here. The products are manufactured through a bargain system. It means that the production cost can be cheap or operational cost can be cheap or any sort of cost can be cheap. And then when it comes to the management team, they tend to raise price, the standard price, which is as the same as the um, on market price from um, from 2 times to 10 times, and then um, passing to the consumers, to the distributors, they have to hike the price up another 2 times. Let it count it off. So, for example, the production cost of every product or tons of products, it will be like um $10, and then the when it comes to the managerial thing, managerial management, they have to raise up for 2 times up to 10 times. For example, it will be $20. It will be times two, and then pass it to the consumers, which is times two. So 20 times two equals $40. In order to be a member of it, um, they have to get the products, the package, and then on the next time that you buy, it will be a 50% off to a product or any kind of products. For example, if this $40 product, they have to slice it for about um, $10 off, or uh, $20, or yeah, 50% of that. So the company still has the money, but the distributor doesn't have. I'm so sorry for that. It is that, but it is the truth. You cannot deny from the situation that we are being misguided by this. Yes, we people are tend to be in a era of instant lifestyle, wherein more supplements, more diet pills, more health juices are are spreading elsewhere, and we just tend to be like guinea pigs because we are testing everything until one product can work for us. It is a shame that we tend to be like rats because we experiment ourselves in using the products on which of those can work or not. For example, I myself, I tried diet pills uh, 4 years ago. It worked, but it didn't work much. And then my weight went back to the original weight. And then the next one is the mm, slimming juice. It worked, but also it uh, it made my weight go back out right after I stopped using it. Where do we go from here when we tend to continue using those products? Where do we go from here when people don't care about it, about others, where do we go from here when people are judgmental about the failures of others, which aren't their fault really? And where do we go from here when promises for financial stability uh keep existing, are still existing? Yes. I am thankful that there is a strong, open community in the church that I got in. I have learned so much that I just realized about life that instant lifestyle is not the norm, or is not the answer for long term um, optimum health. I am still recovering from the depression that I had, and I also feel bad for the fellow victims who lost their homes, who lost the trust of their families and friends, and lost money. When you enter to the industry, you can never go back to the same again, unless there will be people in power who will hear the voice of everyone who were uh, mistreated, misled, and tricked by this industry. Before I finish this um, open speech of mine, I am calling out for all the victims to share their stories, to ignite the um the courage to oust the MLM in our country, in our beloved country, because we Filipinos are being under the trend of being uh, amazed, or over amazed, or over appreciate with the products coming out from the MLMs, which does not help much financially, but it destroys relationships, ability for working hard, and uh, contributing help for the society. Just say what you want to say, and let the powerful people handle this kind of uh, issue, because they can influence not only the people but also the whole society. I am calling out for people from local government and then to the senators, to men, congresswomen, to let the thing be noticed, to let this issue be noticed. And to make Filipinos educated to be in that, to be away from this. Regulate a rule that will prohibit recruitment or anything that won't demoralize uh the morals of people financially, socially, and physically. Another thing before I finish this, do not let this issue be worse, just like in America, wherein the MLM company called Herbalife has the most controversial issues that mostly affect the American people as well as the Latino communities. Please do not let the Philippines be like America when it comes to being the most vulnerable victims of MLMs. And to other countries too, please learn the lessons from what the experiences that people have been faced, and be skeptical on the claims whether they are true or not. I know that it will be a big challenging part for all of us to step out of the system. This is not a speech of intimidation or anything. This is just a speech of care and awareness. Lastly, to our President Duterte, we Filipinos are hoping that there will be a right time for us to be heard by your administration. That Filipinos um, living here and abroad are being damaged by this kind of industry, where fraudulent claims and businesses are being indoctrinated, which forced most Filipinos to uh, put money on the risk and then being misled. To all the people in the Filipino community, please don't be judgmental about this kind of things that I would love to say, because not all people are like you, who are you do not need to be in that to be in the industry. You who have enough to support the um your families enough. So at the end, let us be smart uh, in making decisions on not stepping out into this kind of uh, fraudulent business because it will harm the economy, it will harm the society, and it harm the relationship. Uh, yes. And to all the politicians who wants to help, who want to help us without putting political interest, please help us because you can rule the system and you are more um, capable of weighing when it comes to legal things and which will be better for the citizens. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please share this message to everyone that you know, like friends, family, and anyone, literally anyone. Thank you so much for listening again and see you next time. Bye.